How you doing today, guys? This is Alex Gomez's favorite teacher in the whole world. Today is crazy day, that's why my hair is blue. Today we're going to talk about probability. Probability. This is just simple probability, guys, and just like the other video that we watched, this is going to be a lot of fractions, a lot of part over total, but it's actually really easy. So, before that, we're going to have to compare probability to a few words, and those words are going to be certain, likely as not, unlikely, and impossible. Whenever there's no chances of something happening, of course it's going to be zero, it's going to be impossible. We're going to talk about those. So, right here, at the right, we have a few cards that spell the word American. And then they ask you, what are the probability for getting picking a card with the letter A, or the letter R, or something like that. So let's look at the examples right here. It says the probability of picking a vowel is as likely as not, because there's 4 vowels. So like I said, we're gonna do part over total. Part over total. So it says vowels. How many vowels do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be my part. So how many vowels do we have? 4. And how many total letters do we have? 8. That's all you do, and simplify at the end. So 4/8 is the same thing as 1/2. So the probabilities are 50-50, right? So that's gonna be as likely as not. So you can see this is 0 right here. This is 1/2, and this is 1. So right here is close to 1, and this is close to 0. So likely is close to 1, and unlikely is close to 0, somewhere in between, okay? So let's look at another one. Picking the letter C is what? So how many C's do we have?
1.
We have 1 C out of how many?
8.
Do we need to simplify that? No, so it's kind of like really unlikely. It can happen, but it's really unlikely, so that's gonna be right. That's why they put in unlikely. So picking a letter A. Let's look at letter A. How many A's do we have? 2 out of
8.
Okay, it says picking a letter A, a letter besides A. Besides A. So how many are those? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So it's gonna be 6 out of 8. So that's when you simplify 6/8, you get 3/4, and that's gonna be somewhere over here, likely. So it's gonna be close to 1, and that's what you're gonna be seeing on the assignments. And then the last, I think it's the last one right here. It says another way to find P, which is probability, not A, is to subtract probability A from 1. What happened there, right? P parenthesis A, not 1. So it says P stands for probability, right here. P, not A. Is to subtract PA from 1. Or 1 minus PA. So this is what this really is. So, how many chances do we have of getting A? How many A's in there? 2 out of 8. So, it'll be 2A, 2 over 8, which is what? Can you divide this by 2? 1/4, right? When you simplify. So, the probability of not getting A, it'll be this taken away from 1. So 1 minus 1/4 gives you the same 3/4 that we had over here. So I think it's kind of like too much work right there, but it works like that too. So we have a couple of examples right here. It says, tell whether each outcome is impossible, unlikely, as likely as not, likely, or certain. So again, impossible was what? 0. Unlikely is close to 0, right? As likely as not is 1/2. Likely is close to, and certain is 1. I think I missed an example right here. What is the probability of getting the letter Q? Right here.
Where's Q? Oh.
Is there a Q in there?
No.
So it'll be 0 out of 8, right?
Yeah.
Which is 0. So it's impossible. You cannot get the letter Q out of those cards. So let's look at this right here. It says choosing a red crayon from a box of 24 different color crayons, including a red crayon. So how many total crayons do we have?
24.
How many does it say is red? 1. They're all different colors, right? So the probability will be what? 1 out of 24. This is a part over total. That's really close to 0, right? So I think this is impossible?
No. Yes.
Is it impossible?
No.
No, because there's a red one in there, right? So I think it's gonna be unlikely. It has to be unlikely. That's really close to 0. Number 2, rolling an odd number on a number cube. Whenever you see the word number cube, that's a dice. You know, a cube with the 6.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever it says number cube, it's a dice. Just remember that. Why they like to use a number cube, I don't know. You usually know them as a dice, right? Rolling an odd number. So look at this. If we have a dice, these are the 6 sides, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You have 6 sides, right? 6 numbers. Rolling an odd number. So which ones are odd? Is this odd?
1. Yes.
Odd. Is this odd?
No.
This?
Yes.
What about this?
No.
This?
Yes.
Yes. Odds. Odd numbers. So how many? Again, we're gonna do part over total. How many total numbers do we have?
6.
6. How many of those are odds? 3. Can we simplify this?
Yes.
It'll be what?
1/3.
1/3.
1, 2.
No, 2 half.
1 half, which will be as likely as not. As likely as not.
Probably yes.
It's really easy, right? Super easy. Next one, randomly picking a white card from a bag containing all red cards. We have a bag that has a lot of red cards. Do we have any white ones in there?
1. No.
No, it's
A
0.
white card
0.
Oh.
from a all reds.
Oh.
So it's impossible, right? It's 0. Impossible. Any questions so far?
No.
So again, we're gonna use part over total, get the total number of items, and then on top you're gonna put in what the number that they're asking. How many of those are in there, and simplify at the end. That's it. Thank you. Have a good day.